Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to Astrology with Georgie. Today we're going to be talking about what's going on in July. I know we're already a week into July, but there's so much going on for the rest of the month. I'm going to move through what's happening for each individual sign so you guys have a bit more information about what is going to be happening for you throughout July. So stay tuned, sit back, please watch for your rising sign and your sun sign. Rising sign will be most accurate, but you may relate to your sun sign as well. You can listen to your moon as well if you want and just see which relates. So let's get into the video. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe. I don't have a microphone today, so I'm sorry if the sound isn't as loud as it usually is, but unfortunately they are both dead, so they're just on charge. Very unorganized of me. So July. Now, first of all, I'm going to go straight into the first sign, which is Aries. So Aries, what is going on for you for the rest of July? So around the 15th, you guys are going to be having the Mars and Uranus conjunction in your second house. So Mars is our planet of action, aggression. It's the god of war, and when it conjoins with Uranus, this is a very chaotic energy, so we never really know what's going to happen, but it's not necessarily the most positive transit, and it is something that we really do need to take into account. Now for you Aries, Mars is your ruling planet, so you guys are going to feel this more than other people. And this is happening in your second house. So this could be, so basically Mars and Uranus together is unexpected events. It's chaotic energy. It can be an aggressive energy. So it could be that it could be conversations with people blow up. But because this is happening in your second house, this is more likely to be something to do with your finances or your income or your spending in some way. So it could be an unexpected bill. It could be you're doing something unusual, because Mars is your chart ruler, so it could be that you are going to do something unusual, and this unusual thing could be anything, because Uranus is very unpredictable. We don't know what it could be, but just watch out for that around the 15th. Generally the energy speaks towards conflicts and injuries, things like that. So for all signs, I would say don't do anything dangerous around this time, but because it's your chart ruler, especially you guys, don't go and do anything risky around this time, but because it's happening in your second house, for a lot of you this will be finance related. We have also got towards around the middle of the month, we've got Venus moving into your fifth house. Okay, so this is encouraging more romance. So perhaps you and a partner are getting more romantic. If you are in a relationship, you might be going on dates. You might be feeling a little bit more playful. If you're single, this is a great time to go on a date and meet somebody with Venus in the fifth. You have also got Mercury here as well, so there's a lot of energy around your fifth house. It could be that you're getting on better with your children. For some of you, it could be a good time to try for a child, because the fifth house is children. Venus moving through this sign is a benefic planet. So she's helping you. So she's going to be helping you feel more creative, whether that's creative for life, creative for projects. Like I said, going out and dating. This is also the house of hobbies. So Venus moving into this sign is encouraging you to go and have fun, go and do something you enjoy, go and express yourself, whatever that may be for you Aries. Obviously that looks different for each person, so whatever you find fun, go and do that. And then you have recently had a new moon in your fourth house, and the reason this is important is because towards the end of July you are having a full moon in your 10th house of career. So you've got this home career axis going on. So what happened around the new moon in terms of your fourth house, a new beginning in terms of either your emotional needs or one of your family members. And then towards the end of the month, with this full moon happening in your 10th house of career, this is important because Pluto is retrograding back towards your 10th house. It's retrograding back towards Capricorn, and this full moon is happening in Capricorn in your 10th. So I want to ask you, what has been playing out over the past 15 years? Because when Pluto was moving through Capricorn, you would have had transformations within your career. And with Pluto having moved out into Aquarius earlier in the year, it's making that transit back towards your 10th house, and it's almost like tying up loose ends. So if anything had been brought up in that time that wasn't quite finished, Pluto is on its way back to tie up those loose ends. This full moon could be something. It's a realization, okay? Full moon is bringing things to light. It's a realization around either your career or your public image. When I say public image, this could be how you're showing up in the world. So with Venus moving into your 5th house, this could be, for some of you, you could be becoming a parent. For some of you, you could be becoming a grandparent. For others, this will be showing up in your career. So it's something being brought to light, but it's something really transformative because Pluto is here as well, and because this is the second full moon, it's a blue moon in Capricorn, so it's like an extra special full moon. So it's really important. It's happening at the 29th degree, which is it's extremes. So for some people this will be challenging, and for other people this will be beneficial because it can go either way. The full moon itself doesn't have any harsh aspects to it, apart from the fact that the moon doesn't necessarily like being in Capricorn. It can't express itself that well, but Pluto is all about transformation here. So think about your 10th house, think about your reputation, your public image, your career. There's an ending of a chapter here. For some of you, this might be changing careers. For some of you, like I said, this could be a change in your public status, but it's going to be an important full moon for you. So I hope you guys enjoy. And Aries, I'm going to pull a tarot card for you for the rest of July. Oh, that flew straight out. So we have got Page of Water. Okay, for some of you this will be about a child. Quite literally this will be a child. This is the same as the Page of Cups, okay? Now, if you are dating someone, just be careful, because Page of Cups for dating is not necessarily a very reliable energy. So if you are dating somebody with Venus moving through the 5th, just be careful with this. I'm going to read to you what the affirmation says, because it's a bit more positive than some of the other things that come out with tarot, if I can find the Page of Cups. Page of Water, here we go. So it says, open-heartedness, childlike innocence and curiosity, beginning of intimacy and relationships, playfulness, cheerful optimism. I open my heart fully, allowing myself to feel childlike wonder and innocence. All adventures lead me to where I need to go. Love awaits. Life is a delightful dance, and I'm here to frolic and play. I'm ready with a big smile, and I have on my dancing shoes. So this book always words things so positively. Just be childlike, have fun, especially with all this 5th house energy going on. Let me know in the comments how this does play out for you. I'm filming this on the 8th of July. So depending what date it is, obviously let me know how this is playing out for you, and good luck, Aries. Taurus and Taurus rising. So around the 15th of July, guys, you are having the Mars and Uranus conjunction in your own sign, okay? Now, if you are a Taurus rising, this is actually quite literally happening in your 1st house. So just be careful about doing anything dangerous around this time, because Mars conjunct Uranus is a bit of a chaotic energy. It can lead to injuries. It can lead to unexpected chaos. And if this is in your 1st house, this is your physical body. So just be careful with physical stuff around this time. It could just be, especially if your ascendant is at the end of Taurus. So if it's close to your ascendant, then just be careful. This could also manifest as just changes within yourself. So if you're a Taurus sun, this could be an unexpected event in your life, and this could be anything, because Mars and Uranus is chaotic. Mars is our energy, it's our motivation, and Uranus is chaotic, okay? Now, it does rule you. So Mars rules your 12th house. So it could be something hidden going on. So it might not be something that's coming in the physical world. It might be something behind closed doors for some of you. That's just a shocking or sudden event. That's just something to be aware of, guys. Now, you've recently had, well, I'll talk about Venus first. So you have got Venus moving into your 4th house of family. So this is a really lovely transit. Venus is the planet of love and creativity, and she brings blessings through whichever house she travels through. So Venus moving through your 4th house might mean that you want to spend more time at home. It might mean that you want to spend more time with your family members. it's just getting on better with your family members. You could be wanting to renovate because Venus rules creativity. You could be wanting to spend money on your home. Excuse me. So yeah, this is just a really positive time for spending time with your family, getting on with your family, maybe feeling a bit more emotionally secure and happy, because the fourth house is our inner emotional world, and Venus moving through this part of our inner world makes us feel more wholesome. Okay, so that's a really beautiful transit. Now, you recently had the new moon in Cancer in your third house, and therefore towards the end of this month we are having the full moon in Capricorn in your ninth house. Okay, this is at the 29th degree. Now, the ninth house is your beliefs. Okay, it's spirituality, it's your higher mind, and it's also learning something. But with Pluto here, so Pluto is retrograding back into Capricorn, into your ninth house. And so this full moon is really important because it's the second one in this house for you. So it's really asking you, what is it that you believe in? What are your beliefs? Is there a realization around your spiritual beliefs? Have you been learning something that's coming to an end? Because full moons are culminations, they're endings. The ninth house is also law. So if you've been having to do anything in terms of law or contracts or finalizing anything, this could be happening under this full moon, because Pluto is all about really finalizing everything that it's missed with its retrograde back towards this house. So I hope that makes sense. But this full moon is a real prominent ending because it's the second one. It's a blue moon. It's the 29th critical degree of your ninth house, and Pluto's here. So, I mean, for some of you, this might have something to do with long distance travel. Are you going to travel somewhere? Are you thinking about moving away? For others, like I said, it could be law or a realization around what you believe in, like a real finalization around your beliefs. Because Pluto is then going to go direct again once it's finished this regression back into Capricorn. It will go direct towards the end of this year, and it will never be in Capricorn again in our lifetime. Okay, so this is a real finalization of ninth house topics and of everything that you guys went through over the past 15 years when Pluto was in your ninth house in Capricorn. How were your beliefs shaped during that time? Okay. And this is a real tying up of those loose ends, of those knots under this full moon in Capricorn. And Capricorn is about getting serious, and it is about goals and contracts. So it could, for some of you, it could be to do with law stuff and contracts. So that'd be interesting to know. Let me know how that plays out for you. So please do let me know in the comments, Taurus, how you think this is playing out for you. And I am gonna do a tarot card pull. Ooh. Well, you guys are lucky. Okay, Fortune's Wheel. This is about, I love his little face. I love his little face in the middle. I don't know if you can see that. It makes me laugh. It's like a little moon face. So the number 10 is endings and culminations, and Fortune's Wheel is the lucky card. I'm going to read the affirmation to you. It says, destiny meets synchronicity. I am in awe to experience many meaningful coincidences that prove to me that spirit has my back. These lucky breaks and moments when things just turn out perfectly show how we're all connected. My gamble will pay off when I trust my co-creative partnership with spirit. My destiny is obvious to me now. Well, that's a really positive card, Taurus, and that's really showing that actually everything that's happened has happened for a reason, and you will be able to move forward in this area of your life with confidence and positivity. So good luck. So Gemini and Gemini rising. So you guys, this Mars and Uranus conjunction is happening in your 12th house, which actually makes it a little bit more hidden than the other signs. So Mars and Uranus together is a chaotic energy. It's something unexpected. It's something out of the blue. But your 12th house is hidden. So it could be something to do with your subconscious thoughts. It could be something behind closed doors. Mars rules your 11th house. So this could have something to do with groups and friendships. I mean, the 12th house is also hospitals and confinement. So for some of you, this could look like an unexpected trip to the hospital, but that's not going to be the majority of you. That's just a small opportunity. Mars and Uranus in the 12th house could point towards, worst case scenario, you go to prison, you get confined, you go to hospital. Obviously, that's going to be the minority. For most of you, this will be something to do with something going on in your mind, self-sabotaging behaviors. So just be aware of escapism during this time and not doing anything with your friends. Mars ruling Aries, your 11th, to escape. So just be a little bit careful around this time about if you are doing things to escape, because Mars and Uranus together is an erratic energy that we don't necessarily know what's going to happen. So that's just something to be aware of. You have got Venus moving into your 3rd house. So this is going to be an improvement in your communication, your connection with others. She'll be there for a few weeks, getting on with your neighbours better, your neighbourhood. You might be doing things out in your community, because Mercury is here as well, and the Sun is about to move into Leo as well, which is your 3rd house. So yeah, this is just connecting with others, communicating more. Short distance trips, maybe you're going on short distance trips, maybe you're going on a road trip, you're driving somewhere. What else is that? Getting on better with siblings, with relatives, that kind of thing. So it's just all about connecting with others. If you work in media and reading and writing, this is a really great time for you to be creative in these fields, because Venus is going to be helping you out there. I'm looking at my cat in the mirror doing something weird with my bra. Sorry to be distracted. So recently you guys had a new beginning, a new moon in your 2nd house of finances. Now, at the end of the month, you're going to have a full moon in your 8th house of finances. So this is an important full moon because this is happening at 29 degrees of Capricorn. This is the 2nd full moon you're having in Capricorn. We had one before the new moon in Cancer. And Pluto is here as well. Now, your 8th house is other people's resources. Okay, so if you've borrowed money, if you work in finances, if you work with other people's money, there's some sort of ending, realization, culmination here in terms of those finances. It could be that you're buying a house, it could be that you're tying up debts. It's some sort of ending, and because Pluto is retrograding back towards this house, whatever you experienced over the previous 15 years when Pluto is transiting your 8th house, this full moon is going to be a finalization of all of that, okay? Because this is the last full moon with Pluto conjunct in our lifetimes ever in Capricorn, okay? So this is a big deal. Pluto is extremes. The 8th house is also death, okay? So for some of you, if you have, experienced a lot of loss in the past 15 years, then this could be a realization tied in with that. It could also be a realization around your intimacy with other people and your ability to go deeper and your ability to self-transform. For some of you, this could have something to do with therapy, your own self-therapy and self-transformation. Pluto wants you to transform. So for some of you, if it's not to do with money, it is to do with your self-transformation. But you will know what this is going to be. It's a realization. It's a strong full moon because it's conjunct Pluto. And it really is a finalization of everything that you've been tying up over the past 15 years within your 8th house, okay? Please let me know in the comments what that is for you. When you know what it is, please let me know in the comments. And I'm going to pull a card for you, Geminis. So, what have we got? Okay. We've got 2. No, we've got 3. We're going to do that again. I don't like it when 3 falls out. Okay, who wants to pop out? Okay, 2 of fire. Okay, this is creative energy. I'm going to read you what the affirmation says. 2 of fire. I love the fire cards. They're always like, action cards. So creative planning for the future, mapping progress, trusting in the unknown, spirit-inspired ambition. Whenever I can't see how my dreams will coalesce into form, I can trust in the process of co-creation and engage more deeply in the process of envisioning something new. I have already started to make progress, and soon my passion will attract the perfect situation for me. The light of spirit helps me to see my way and feel the universe aligning to bring me what I need. So this is really about co-creation. So if you've been working on something and you don't see that it's working, just keep going and know that your manifestations are on the way and you are co-creating all the time. So that's just really important to remember, Geminis. Cancer and Cancer rising. So this Mars and Uranus conjunction is happening in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and humanitarian work. Mars rules your 10th house of your public image and your career. So for some of you, this will be something unexpected happening in a group of people. So this could be at work. This is happening around the 15th. So just be careful at work on the 15th that you don't get into arguments, or you don't get into ego clashes with anyone. Things could be, the energy could be a bit crazy at work around that time if you are working in a group of people. For others, this will be something in terms of your humanitarian projects. And the reason I say this is because I'm also Cancer rising, and on Sunday, which is the day before this exact conjunction, I'm doing a 10k race for charity in London. There's going to be a large group of people. I'm exerting my energy, and it's quite an unusual thing because I never race. I'm hoping it's just the fact that it's unusual rather than anything's going to go horribly wrong, but we'll soon find out. The actual conjunction itself is not making any harsh aspects to other planets, so it is just this unexpected chaotic event, and it's really hard to predict what's going on because Mars and Uranus is just chaotic. But Taurus is a slow sign. Neither planets can exert their energy that well there, so it will be interesting to see how this plays out. But basically, there's something unexpected, something different, chaotic could be happening within a group of people around the 15th. So just something to be aware of. If you do work in a large organisation, just be wary that people's reactions may be a bit more fiery around that time. You recently had a new moon in your first house of your identity, who you are. And towards the end of the month, Cancer, you are going to be having a full moon in your 7th house of relationships. And this is going to be the second full moon. So I'm asking you, what has been going on for the past 15 years in your relationships? Okay. Now, Pluto, the planet of transformation, is retrograding back into Capricorn, where it had previously done a 15-year transit transforming your relationships. Okay. And it's making this retrograde back into Capricorn next to this full moon for this final time. Okay, this is the final time in our lifetimes we will ever see Pluto in Capricorn in the 7th house in your 7th house of relationships. So what has been going on? What is being finalized? It's the ending. Pluto is coming back to change up anything that's been going on. So for some of you, this will be finalizing divorces. For other people, it will be realizations around who your partners are. It was just tying up those loose ends. So it's a very powerful time, and the 7th house is angular, so this is really powerful for you guys. Okay, and it's all connected in with this new identity of who you are at the moment, what's been going on. You had a new moon in Cancer. Your identity is changing, your identity is shifting. Especially, we had powerful eclipses in the cardinal signs earlier in the year. So you guys are really stepping into your own. Perhaps a lot of you have got new careers, new images, and this ending of this relationships is really focusing on actually who are you now and how are you moving forward. You have got Venus moving into your 2nd house of finances in the middle of the month as well. And this is going to be bringing you blessings in your finances. You'll find it easier to make money. You'll have new opportunities to make money. Venus is obviously a benefic planet, so she's going to be helping your financial sector. The 2nd house is also your self-esteem and your self-worth. So you might be feeling a lot more confident and a lot more happier with the person that you are around this time, because Venus is going to be helping your self-worth. So good luck, Cancers. I'm going to do a tarot pull for you for the rest of July. Oh my gosh, why does it always do that? I feel like I don't know how people do this so effectively. I mean, I have got the smallest hands in the world. I'm a Cancer rising and I've got tiny little crabby hands. Okay, I'm picking up the first one. 8 of Earth. Okay, this is about your resources. We're going to read the affirmation. These are positive. I really love this book. It's the Good Tarot. She puts the tarot cards into positive affirmations, which is always great. 8 of Earth. Apprenticeships, gaining knowledge, learning, employing a new craft or a skill. Even masters of their craft have more to learn, and I eagerly embrace the opportunity to go deeper, develop a greater understanding, and find new ways to apply what I know. I acknowledge all I have learned and accomplished, the skills I have developed and the goals I have reached. Now is the time to find new ways to apply what I know, to enhance my expertise. My beginner's awkwardness has melted away, and I know what I am doing now. I have the confidence to become more intimate with the work in all areas of my life. Okay, so if you have been learning something new, or perhaps, you know, with the eclipses happening in your career, 10th house of career, perhaps you're really starting to move forward in terms of your career and who you are as a person, and so you're feeling a bit more confident. Perhaps you are learning something new as well along this time. So yeah, let me know how that's playing out for you, Cancers. Leo and Leo rising. So you guys are having this Mars conjunct Uranus transit in your 10th house of career, okay? So, or your public image. So for some of you, this will be arguments at work. It will be unexpected changes at work. Perhaps something's happening in your working environment that you weren't expecting. Mars is the planet of it's our ambition, our drive and energy, and chaos, and Uranus is a planet of chaos. So when these planets come together, we can see unexpected events, and we can't predict what they are because it's just chaotic. It's erratic energy. Mars is pent up, so it usually can be a little bit unpredictable and not necessarily positive. So just watch out if you're at work on this day in terms of things to do with your colleagues. For some of you, it could be a change in your public image. Your reputation. So something happens and your reputation is going to change. For some of you, you might be becoming a parent because this is sudden. It's a sudden change in your in who you are, in who you're showing up in the world as. So for some of you, quite literally, your name could change. You could get married. You could become a parent. You could become a grandparent. So it's a sudden event in your 10th house. So good luck with that. Then you have got Venus moving into your first house. So Leos, if you have been feeling quite introspective over the past few weeks, that's because you had these planets moving in your 12th house, okay? But you are coming out of this now. So you're coming out of your shell a bit more, out of your introspection a bit more. With Venus moving through your first house, you're going to be feeling more confident, more creative, and more sociable around this time. You might actually start to get a bit busy towards the end of the month as the sun moves into Leo as well, because that will be the third planet in your first house. So you'll be feeling a bit busier, but you'll be feeling a bit better than what you did previously. Now, you did have a new moon in your 12th house, which is all about your self-undoing, your escapism, and your connection to spirituality. And you are having a full moon in your 6th house. Now, this is the second full moon in your 6th house towards the end of this month. And it's important because it's at the 29th degree, which is a critical degree, and it's conjunct Pluto. Now, the 6th house would have been important to you over the previous 15 years. The 6th house is your health. It's your daily routines, your habits, and your daily work and your co-workers. So there's a realization here for you, okay? Towards the end of the month, around your colleagues, around how you spend your days at work, Pluto is coming back to transform this. So for a lot of you, you could be changing jobs because you could have a realization that actually you don't want to be doing this anymore. And Pluto transforms. So you could be finishing up a job. You could be, this could be something to do with your health. So if some of you, if you've been unwell, this could be a finalization of a pattern that you were stuck in terms of your health, and now you're moving away from that. I mean, this all depends on your own personal charts, by the way, so everything does have to be taken into consideration. But Pluto here is about transforming, okay, and it's moving back to this house where it did spend 15 years. So look back over the past 15 years and think, what did I learn about my routines, my habits, and my daily work and my health over the past 15 years? And Pluto is finalizing this, okay? And this full moon is really giving a complete finalization, because Pluto and the moon, this will never be happening in Capricorn again in our whole lives. So this is a real finalization. So good luck, Leos. Let me know how that's playing out for you. I am going to do you a card pull. Ooh, how funny. We are to pull a lion for you, Leos. Leo's the lion. Yes, you are an emperor. This is a great card. Great card for you guys. Authority. Following the rules right now is exactly what I should be doing. People in authority come to my aid and give me good advice when I ask for it. I can have the strong confidence that this card suggests. Dealings with institutions like banks, governments, and schools are also highlighted at this time. Okay, so authority is a theme. This could actually have something to do with this Mars-Uranus conjunction in your 10th as well. So just be careful around authority at this time with the Mars-Uranus conjunction. But I hope you enjoyed that, Leo. Virgo and Virgo rising. So you guys are having this Mars and Uranus conjunction in your 9th house of beliefs, of spirituality. So maybe something happens around this time as something's unexpected and it changes your beliefs. Or if you are traveling long distance, something unexpected is going to happen because this is in the 9th house of travel. So just be careful if you are traveling to a different country because something might happen. Mars and Uranus conjunct is a chaotic energy, is unpredictable, and it's not necessarily positive. So just be careful if you are traveling around this time. But for some of you, this will be unexpected things to do with the law. It's unexpected events to do with your beliefs. Your beliefs are changing. You could be in trouble with the law, something like that. So don't do anything naughty around this time. But you guys have got Venus moving into your 12th house, along with Mercury, which is already there, and then followed by the Sun later in the month. So you guys might be feeling a bit more introspective at this time, because when you have planets moving into your 12th, you kind of want to hide away from the world. You're not feeling as sociable, and it's better to spend time alone and just go inward a little bit. You could have a connection to spirituality. You could enjoy connection to spirit a little bit more. This is a positive way to manifest the energy rather than, you know, drinking and doing narcotics around, because that's a form of escapism. So don't do that. Channel it into spirituality, channel it into journaling, into finding creative ways, because Leo on the 12th house is creative ways to escape from the world. Okay, so it could be that you go and do dancing or singing or something like that to express your creativity behind closed doors. And then in a few weeks' time, when these planets move out of your 12th house into your 1st house, you'll be feeling a bit better if you're feeling a bit kind of like you need to go inward. You have just had a new moon in your 11th house of friendships, and you're about to have your 2nd full moon in the 5th house, okay? So this full moon is important. It's a blue moon. It's the 2nd full moon in Capricorn. It's at 29 degrees. This is a critical degree. This is extremes, okay? And Pluto's here. And Pluto has retrograded back towards this 5th house of yours, Capricorn, to transform you in terms of 5th house topics. So for some of you, you might be getting pregnant. You might be becoming a parent. You are creating, 5th house is creativity. So it's like you are creating life, because Pluto's very transformative. For others, this will be a realization around your hobbies, what you enjoy, what you do for fun. So you've got to think, because Pluto has been transiting through your 5th house before it moved into Aquarius over the past 15 years. What have you learned during that time? What topics came up during that time to do with your romance, your dating, your creativity and your hobbies and your passions? What topics came up for you? Because Pluto's coming back to finalize things, to finish things off. So if children was a topic, or if the conversation came up a lot, this could be an ending towards that conversation, or an ending or a transformation around that part of your chart. For others, it could be your dating and your romance and your how you love other people and how you go out and have fun. This is going to be, the themes of this are going to be coming up with Pluto here, because it's a serious full moon and you can't hide from this. But this is the last full moon with Pluto here in this Capricorn house of yours forever in your lifetime, okay? So that's why this is so powerful. So really think back to what's gone on over the past 15 years, and then you might see a pattern with what's coming up. So good luck, Virgos. I am going to do a tarot pull for you for the rest of July. Wonder if we'll get the Hermit. Oh my gosh, why does it do that? Take them from the top, shouldn't I? But that wouldn't be right, because I like them to jump out. They're hiding. All these 12th house planets are hiding. Oh, okay. 9 of Fire. Ooh. This is a beautiful card. 9 of Fire. Let's read it to you. 9 of Fire is the same as the 9 of Wands, by the way, if you're into tarot. Okay, Nine of Fire. I love this book because it gives really positive affirmations. Okay, not such a good card. It says caution, uncertainty, reevaluating your circumstances. I need to stop, wait, and look around me before proceeding further. My sense of uncertainty is my inner wisdom telling me to bring illumination to my situation. Full moon illumination. To allow insights to arise and guide me before I take my next step. Questioning is good. I will look carefully to see if a different path may be right for me at this point. Okay, so this is more of a crossroads then for you guys. So this full moon could be a realization around something about what you enjoy, what you love. And because thinking back to this Uranus and Mars conjunction in the 9th house. So this could be something to do with what you're learning, and actually maybe because the 9th house is things you're learning, so it could have something to do with something that you're learning, and you need to just take a step back and just wait before. Don't make any rash decisions under this Mars and Uranus conjunction. Okay, so yeah, that's just a little bit of caution for you Virgos. For Libra rising, okay, so for you guys, you are having the Mars and Uranus conjunction in your 8th house. So this is something unexpected to do with other people's resources. It could be something for a very small minority. It could be, you know, a death in the family, but that's really quite unlikely. That's just a small possibility. For others, it's more likely to be something to do with other people's money or resources. So it could be an unexpected inheritance, an unexpected debt. Mars and Uranus are chaotic together. Mars rules your 7th house of relationships, so this could be coming from a partner. And conjunct Uranus, it's an erratic, it's a chaotic energy, and it's really hard to predict what happens with Uranus. But it could be something to do with a partner, like an unexpected clash with your partner. The 8th house is intimacy. I mean, you could channel this in a sexual way, doing something a little bit different in the bedroom, because the 8th house is intimacy. It could be that you go and channel this into doing something like ghost hunting, or, you know, a Ouija board or something like that, because the 8th house is taboo subject. So going and doing something darker and deeper and underground could be the way that you manifest this Mars and Uranus energy. So let me know how that goes, Libras. You have got Venus moving into your 11th house of friendships and groups. So don't be surprised if at this time you are socializing more, seeing your friends, meeting up with others. In the sign of Leo, so this is all about being in the limelight, having fun, letting your hair down, being confident. So there's just this focus on socializing more, maybe doing some humanitarian projects, although maybe not so much in the sign of Leo, because Leo tends to be more about the self. But doing things in large groups. There's a focus here on this towards the middle and the end of the month. You did have a new beginning in your 10th house of career earlier in the month, and then towards the end of the month you've got this full moon in Capricorn in your 4th house of family and home. And this is important because it's at the 29th degree of your 4th house of family and home, and it's conjunct Pluto. Okay, so this is an ending, a realization, a culmination around 4th house topics, something coming to light with a family member, something that's coming to light with your living situation. So what's been going on for you Libras in the past 15 years in terms of your living situation, your family environment, and your inner emotional world, because Pluto is retrograding back towards this house of yours, and it's going to conjunct this full moon. So Pluto is transforming, it's coming back to really tie up loose ends that it didn't manage to tie up when it did its 15-year progress through your 4th house. So it's coming back and making sure things are right. Pluto tends to pull the rug out from your feet if things aren't working. So if things are not in alignment with your spiritual growth, Pluto will get rid of them, and this will come to light under this full moon. So if you are perfectly in alignment, then you have nothing to worry about. If you're not, then a realization will come up, okay, around your family, where you live, your inner world, your ancestry. And like I said, this is the second full moon in Capricorn. So this is really, really highlighting this area of your chart. So it'll be interesting to see how this manifests for you. Please let me know in the comments if and when you know what this means for you, Libras. I'm going to pull a card for you, and it is the Seven of Water, or Seven of Cups. I love these cards. They're so beautiful. This is the Good Tarot. She writes positive affirmations, so it always makes things sound a little bit better when it's kind of slightly more negative cards that come up. Seven of Water is imagination, fantasy, artistic endeavours, co-creative abilities unleashed. Now is the time to tune into the infinite possibilities that exist, and begin to play with them. Everything begins in the world of imagination, and I seize the opportunity to dream. I allow my intuition and desire to blend in an alchemic way, forming something new. Castles in the air can become castles on the ground when I release rigidity. Bend the rules and remain flexible and open. Limitations and boundaries give way to manifestation. Spirit never doubts the power of possibility, and neither will I. Okay, so that's interesting. So that's not necessarily a bad card. And under this full moon, perhaps new doors are opening for you. There's a lot of possibilities here, okay? And it's basically telling you that, this is a water card, and this is happening in a water house. The fourth house is the house of Cancer, and this is a water card. So it's really asking you to tap into your intuition and know that you can be flexible. If you remain flexible, then things can work out for you. So good luck, Libras. Scorpio and Scorpio rising, this is happening in your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. When I say this, sorry, I mean the Mars and Uranus conjunction is happening in your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. This is quite likely to be manifest as an argument. Mars is aggression, Uranus is chaotic. So just be careful that you are speaking, respectfully to your partner around this time, because this energy does suggest sudden unexpected events within your relationships, okay? This will be more strong if you have planets in the 7th house and they happen to be towards the end of Taurus. It could manifest as something unexpected happening in your partner's life rather than you and the partner. So it could just be something unexpected happening to your partner. But Mars and Uranus energy is just slightly chaotic, so that's just something to watch out for. This can also manifest in your business partnerships, any one-on-one relationships. This can manifest as some sort of chaotic event, so that's just something to watch out for, Scorpios. Now you have got Venus is moving into your 10th house of career, and you've got Mercury here, and the Sun is going to move here towards the end of the month as well. So you've got a lot of energy in your 10th house of career. So perhaps you're advancing in your career, perhaps you're thinking of ways to make money. You might be socializing more with people to do with your work. Your public reputation might be improving around this time, how people perceive you. You might just be feeling a little bit more confident, because the 10th house is the top of your chart, and Venus moving through here is going to bring you more confidence. It's going to bring you, you're going to maybe get, if you work in a group of people, you're going to be getting on with them better. Maybe there's some advancements within your career around this time. So this is a positive time for you in terms of your career. You did have a new moon in your 9th house of beliefs, and you are about to have a full moon in your 3rd house, Scorpio. So this is the second full moon in Capricorn in your 3rd house, and it's at the 29th critical degree, and it's conjunct Pluto. Now this is not a normal full moon because it's conjunct Pluto, and Pluto is retrograding back towards this Capricorn house of yours, where it spent 15 years before the beginning of this year. Pluto is in your 3rd house for 15 years. The 3rd house is your mind. The 3rd house is your communication. So Pluto's coming back, and it's really trying to tie up loose ends that it didn't quite manage to tie up before, when it did its 15-year ingress. So a full moon is a realization. What are you realizing? What's happening with your communication with people? What's happening with your thought processes, okay? How have these transformed, and what is this full moon asking of you? There is going to be a realization. This is the second full moon, like I said. Now the 3rd house is things like your daily errands, your car, your siblings, your relatives. But because Pluto's here, this is something serious. So this is more likely to be your thought processes. and your mind. Okay, so what has been going on for you for the past 15 years? How have you transformed your thoughts and your beliefs and your mind, and how are you going to use that in order to move forward? Okay, Pluto's coming back because it wants to finish something up. It's finalizing something within your third house. So if you know what that is, please let me know in the comments how this is playing out for you. Obviously, everyone's chart is different because it depends on all your other placements and where your personal planets are. So we can only give kind of rough ideas of what this is going to be. I'm going to pull a card for you that might give some more insight into this. Full moon in the third house, conjunct Pluto. The last one of your lifetime in Capricorn, by the way, with Pluto present, because Pluto is going to be leaving. Six of air. Okay. This is interesting because the five of air is feeling stuck within your mind, and the sixth of air is when things start to loosen up a bit. So that's actually really interesting that you've got this full moon in your third house of thinking, and that's just come out. I'm going to read you the positive affirmation. So the six of air is rite of passage, a necessary change in thinking to gain greater wisdom. You can't even make this shit up, guys. How? You can't even make this shit up. Like, how have I pulled that card for that? Like, love it. However turbulent the waters at the moment, I trust that if I create calm within, my outer conditions will soon be calm too. And this ties in with the Mars and Uranus in relationships things. So if you are having, Scorpios, if you're having something going on in your relationships, just hold on. I'm conditioned to expect troubles ahead. Yes, you are, Scorpio. But I have shifted my awareness and know that I can choose to believe that stepping into the unknown will bring me to whatever I truly desire. I am in a transition to something better. Okay, that's fabulous. So if you guys have been going through a hard time mentally, then just know that you are in a transitional period and just keep at it, okay? I hope that helps. Good luck. Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. Okay, you guys are having the Mars and Uranus conjunction in your sixth house of your health, your daily routines, your habits, and your co-workers and your pets. So Mars conjunct Uranus is an unexpected energy. It's chaotic. We don't know what it is. Mars actually rules your fifth house, which could be children, creativity, but it's conjoining Uranus in your sixth house. So I don't know how we would link. So this could be something to do with hobbies and fun and it affecting your health. So just be careful around the 15th of going and doing anything fun and risky because it could affect your health, okay? For others of you, this might manifest as an argument with your co-workers, not getting on well with your co-workers. Like I said, health, injuring yourself. It could be an unexpected trip to the vets because you've had too much fun with your pet. It could also be a sudden change in habits and routine and doing something differently. Okay, just don't do anything dangerous at this time, guys. Just something to note. Now, you have got Venus moving into your ninth house of your beliefs, of long distance travel and of spirituality. So Venus moving into the ninth brings blessings in terms of your spirituality, in terms of your higher mind, your higher thinking. Some of you might be traveling long distance. Some of you might be learning something new. The ninth house is the law. So if you're having to tie up any contracts or sign any contracts, then that's Venus is going to be helping you here because she's a benefic planet. But for a lot of you, would just be positivity around your beliefs. The ninth house is adventure. So some of you could be going on real fun adventures. And you've had a new moon recently in your eighth house. And therefore, at the end of this month, you are going to have a full moon in Capricorn in your second house of finances. Now, Sagittarius, this is a really important full moon because it's at 29 degrees and it's conjunct Pluto. So what I want to ask you, because this will be different for everyone, what has your story been around your finances for the past 15 years? Because when Pluto was moving through your second house over the past 15 years, things would have happened, transformations would have happened. And Pluto is retrograding back towards your second house of finances, conjoining this full moon, and tying up loose ends. So there's going to be an ending. There's going to be a realization. So for some of you, you could be ending an income. You could be realizing something around your financial situation. You could be realizing something around your self-worth, around your self-esteem, around what you value. Second house is values. but Pluto is transformative. So for a lot of you, this will be transforming your finances in some way, okay? Yeah, 29 degrees is critical degree and it's extreme. So for some of you, it might be good. For some of you, it might be bad. But Pluto is coming back to tie up anything that it didn't quite get finished in its first time around, so to speak. And Pluto is going to never go back to Capricorn in our lifetimes. Once it's towards the end of the year, once it is moved out of Capricorn and back into Aquarius again, that's it. So this is a real finalization of those things that we have learned around the Capricorn house topics. So the things you've learned around your finances and your self-worth and your values are being brought to light around this time, cleared up, and so you can move forward, okay? So I'm going to do you a tarot card pull, Sagittarius, for your July, rest of your July. If anything's going to not come out, I'm going to pick one. So we'll just pick that one. Ace of Water. Okay. What is it going to tell us? Ace of Water. Aces are beginnings. Beginnings. Sorry, I'm not going to find it now, am I? Okay. Well, this is nice. Ah, Ace of Water. Unconditional love, overflowing abundance, and the fertility of love. So maybe for some of you, this is about your self-love, actually, because, you know, I've put a lot of emphasis on finances there, but actually for some of you, this is your self-love, okay, second house of self-esteem. I am filled with love from spirit and joyously let it flow out to others, where it fertilizes the seeds of co-creation. Love gives me hope, shining brilliant light on all the possibilities available to me. I am optimistic about bringing dreams into being. Spirit always informs me and guides me, allowing me to illuminate the darkest of places. Well, that's lovely, isn't it? That's a nice card for you guys. Okay, so focus on your self-love and perhaps your finances will follow. Capricorn and Capricorn rising. Okay, so for you guys, you are having Mars conjunct Uranus in your 5th house. Mars conjunct Uranus is a chaotic energy. It's unexpected events. So for some of you, this is going to manifest in your children's lives. So it's something unexpected happening with a child. For others of you, this will manifest like as in you could get pregnant yourself because it's unexpected events. Mars rules your 4th house of family. So this is importing topics of family into the 5th house. So it could be that you create a life around this time. 5th house is also fun. So just be careful if you're doing any hobbies around this time. So around the 15th, if you're going to do any hobbies, be careful not to take risks because Mars conjunct Uranus is chaotic energy and we don't know what's going to happen. So beware of gambling, beware of risk taking. If you've got any hobbies around this time, you know, don't go and do quad biking around this time or anything like that because it's risky behavior, especially if you're going with your family members. That's just something to be aware of, not trying to scaremonger anyone. Now you have got Venus moving into your 8th house of intimacy, guys. So, you know, if some of you are looking to create a baby, Venus is moving into your 8th house of intimacy. So that's a good time to get, you know what I'm saying, more intimate with a partner. Venus in the 8th can also be benefiting from a partner's money, benefiting from the resources of other people. So other people helping you out with their resources, you know, inheritance, you know, loans, debts coming to you in a good light. Having to borrow money from other people around this time would make sense for Venus in the 8th. Venus in the 8th is also exploring taboo subjects. So enjoying murder documentaries, going on ghost hunts, that kind of thing, just exploring 8th house taboo topics. So that's kind of the fun side of the 8th house. At the beginning of the month, you guys did have a new moon in your 7th house of relationships, and now you're having a full moon at the end of this month in your 1st house of self. A full moon is a realization. It's a culmination and it's an ending in who you are, your identity, your physical appearance, something coming to light in who you are. Now, this full moon is a blue moon. It's the 2nd moon in Capricorn. It's happening at a critical 29 degrees and it's conjunct Pluto. So this full moon is powerful. Now, Pluto is moving back towards your 1st house of the self, where it had spent 15 years transforming you as a person. It then moved out in January for good, but now it's making a bit of a little retrograde back to tie up any of those loose ends. What have you forgotten around your identity, around who you are? What is there left to clear up? Because Pluto will come and clear it up. It's transforming you as a person for one last time. Now, because this is a full moon and the moon represents the mother, and we've got this Mars conjunct Uranus in the 5th house, for some of you, you could be getting pregnant. I've said it a few times now, but that could be a real thing. If that happens, please let me know. It's just a realization and really tying up of patterns that you have been going through over the past 15 years. Pluto is trying to transform you. It's coming back to transform you. It will leave no stone left unturned, okay? Whatever is not in alignment for your spiritual growth, Pluto is getting rid, okay? So let me know how that goes for you, Capricorns. I'm excited to see how that one goes. Yeah, I'm going to do a tarot card for you. I mean, it would be great if we pulled like the childlike, if we pulled a page out. I've dropped loads on the floor. I'm not going to count those. Come on, let's pull a page out, because that would mean some of you definitely are getting pregnant. I love that idea. La la la. Oh, sugar. Oh, I'm going to fall off the chair. Ah, okay. It's not a child at all. It's the 4 of air. Okay, 4 of air. Right. I'll show it to you. This is the same as the 4 of swords, by the way, guys. This is the good tarot. They're positive affirmations of tarot cards, so it's just a little bit more positive than normal tarot cards. So the 4 of air is healing, meditation, rest and recuperation. Okay, so that's interesting. So maybe this full moon in your first house is actually saying to you, like, you need to take a break because you've done so much. It's time to rest my mind and allow peace to take the place of busyness or boredom. The mind needs quiet to think and find clarity. If I allow my mind to rest, I will have greater clarity and my mind will be sharper. This is the time for a break. I need to take care of myself. That's very interesting. Especially as we've got this Mars-Uranus conjunction in your 5th. You know, if you do have children, perhaps they've been draining the life out of you and you just need time to spend on your own. But perhaps that really is what the realization is in your first house. You need to take time for yourself. And this card is asking you and telling you, Capricorns, you need to take time for yourself. Because actually, Capricorns always pretend like they're fine and they've got it all together and they're strong. This full moon is telling you no. Pluto's here. It's like, come on, you need to rest and you need to put yourself first. Okay, so please take that and embrace it, embody it. Aquarius and Aquarius rising. Okay, you guys, you are having Mars conjunct Uranus in your 4th house of family and home. Mars and Uranus together is chaotic. We don't know what it's going to be. It's something erratic, an unpredictable event, and it's in your 4th house. So this could be an unexpected event to do with your family, and it's possibly a row because Mars rules your 3rd. So miscommunication, arguments within the home are probably how it's going to manifest for you guys. Or, you know, it could be something unexpected happens to your car, Mars ruling the 3rd, something unexpected, you know, to do with your home, something breaks and you have to get it fixed, something like that. But for a lot of you, it will be a miscommunication. So that's just something to watch out for. You have got Venus moving into your 7th house of relationships. So this is going to bring you happiness, getting on better with a partner, more romantic times together, just having more pleasant conversations. This is great for business partnerships as well, and one-on-one friendships, spending time with people, just having that back and forth one-to-one energy, being a bit more lighthearted, a bit more fun, conversations with the other person because Mercury is here as well. So better conversations with other people. Now you have got, so Aquarius, you did have a new moon in Cancer in your 6th house earlier in the month. And now you're having this full moon in Capricorn in your 12th house. Now, 6th house is physical health, 12th house is your mental health. And what's interesting is that Pluto, which is in your 1st house, so at the moment you guys are going through a lot. You've got Pluto in your 1st. This is all about self-transformation, okay? But it's retrograding back to your 12th house to meet with this full moon, okay? So it's almost asking you, you know, how have you been self-sabotaging? What has your connection to spirituality been like? Are you channeling your transformation in terms of your spiritual connection or not? And the full moon in your 12th house is going to be a realization around all of this. How can you connect deeper to your spirituality? How can you stop self-sabotaging, 12th house? How can you really stop escaping from the world? And Pluto, which made a 15-year transit through your 12th house before it moved into Aquarius earlier this year, is going back towards it. So what happened over the past 15 years? What is it that you've had to learn? What is it that's come to light in the past 15 years? Because Pluto is going back to tie up these loose ends, to really ask you to actually address what's still left to go over. And with Pluto being in your first, it really is, you know, the first house is yourself. It's your self transformation. And the 12th house, it's your subconscious mind. It's the things that go on behind closed doors that we don't really see. And Pluto is extremes. And this is a blue moon. So this is a powerful full moon, conjunct Pluto, really asking you to bring those things to light. So I'm asking you, Aquarius, what happened over the past 15 years? Which self-sabotaging habits did you go through? How has your mental health been over the past 15 years? Because Pluto is coming back to highlight this with this full moon, this illumination. What realizations are you having around this time? I am going to pull you a card to see if we can shed any more light onto what this could be. Okay, well, 2 have come out and they're both fire cards. 6 and 4 are fire. I'm going to pull again because I just want one card to come out. I mean, fire cards are about, you know, co-creation. Co-creation, connection to spirit. Maybe we should have read those. Just want one card, please. I'm going to pull one out. For fuck's sake. Oh my God. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just chucking tarot cards all over the shop. Right. I'm just going to pull around on one. Do one more shuffle. There we go. Oh, okay. We have patience. Have a little patience. She reminds me of the Mona Lisa. Okay. So this is a major arcana card. These cards they signify major events. Patience and moderation. This card reminds me that the patience will bring me into recognition of and alignment to my purpose. All my needs are met, even though I may not see it yet in the outer visible world. My angels are looking out for me. Moderation in all things is required right now. Okay, so, you know, 12th house really is about going inward and introspection. So maybe you guys are a bit unsure about things at the moment, and it's just asking you to have a little patience, slow down, and things will come to light at different times. So please let me know if that resonates, if you know what that is all about. Pisces and Pisces rising. You guys are having Mars conjunct Uranus in your 3rd house. So this is an unexpected event. Mars conjunct Uranus is slightly chaotic. Just be careful if you're driving anywhere. Just drive really carefully if you're driving anywhere, because Mars conjunct Uranus does signal, like, I don't want to be negative, but it can signalise like car accidents or something unexpected happening on your journeys. So, you know, taking buses, trains, just be careful, because unexpected things can happen. This could also be arguments, because the 3rd house is communication. Having to spend money on your car, because Mars rules your 2nd house of finances. So suddenly having to spend something on your car or on transport, something unexpected could happen around this time. And it could also be kind of, your mind could be a bit erratic. So you guys might actually struggle to sleep around this time with Mars conjunct Uranus in your 3rd house, because the 3rd house is your mind. And so your thoughts could be kind of going a bit crazy around this time, around the 15th. You have got Venus moving into your 6th house. Your daily work, your daily routines, your health, your, you know, fitness plans, health regimes. So you could be working on your body. You could be starting a new fitness program. You could be socializing in terms of your health. You could be getting along well with your co-workers at this time, getting along well with your pets. A lot of energy in your 6th house once the sun moves in here as well at the end of the month. So for you guys, it's just a lot of focus on your daily work, daily routines, perhaps being busy at work. But with Venus here, it's enjoying what you're doing at work and enjoying your health routines and enjoying getting fit and healthy. So that's really positive. Now, you did have a new moon in your 5th house of Cancer at the beginning of the month. And therefore, you're going to have a full moon in your 11th house towards the end of this month. Now, this is a blue moon. It's the second full moon we've had in Capricorn. So this is extra special. And the reason it's extra special is because it's at 29 degrees, which is a critical degree. It's conjunct Pluto. And Pluto would have been transforming this area of your life over the past 15 years, Pisces, okay? So this is your 11th house of friendships, groups, and networking, and your goals and your dreams and your wishes. So over the past 15 years, what happened? How did you transform in terms of your friendships and your groups of people? Do you work in a large organization? But for some of you, this will just be your friendships. What happened over the past 15 years? What realizations did you have and how did you transform? Because Pluto is retrograding back to this area of your life in order to finalize and uncover and really put to bed the things that it missed, okay? And the full moon is bringing this to light. So you may have things come up that you had before, realizations about your friends, realizations around who you want to be friends with. You know, it's just bringing up things that it didn't get to when it did its 15-year transit. And the full moon is endings. So for some of you, this could be endings in friendships. For others, this just could be realizations. But it can also have something to do with your dreams and your wishes. You know, perhaps your goals have changed and Pluto's highlighting actually asking you to reevaluate your goals. Maybe your goals have changed. And the full moon's highlighting this, okay? So let me know in the comments if you know what that is for you. We're going to pull a tarot card because it might shine some more light on that full moon conjunct Pluto. Oh, you guys have also got the Fortune's Wheel. Who else got this? Was it Taurus? Taurus and Pisces. That's so funny because I don't want to make this about me, but I'm a Taurus and my fiance's a Pisces. Something good's going to happen to us. So I'll show you a little moon face again because it makes me laugh. Fortune's Wheel. This is one of the happiest tarot cards. Number 10 is like endings and Fortune's Wheel is a fortunate card. So we're going to read it. Destiny meets synchronicity. I am in awe to experience many meaningful coincidences that prove to me that spirit has my back. These lucky breaks and moments when things just turn out perfectly show how we're all connected. My gamble will pay off when I trust my co-creative partnership with spirit. My destiny is obvious to me now. So the 11th house is about, you know, your wishes. So that is speaking more to kind of your wishes than it is to your friendships. So yeah, maybe there is a transformation around your goals and you're actually starting to realize that everything does work out as it's supposed to. And this is probably going to be a really, really powerful realization for you, Pisces. So I'm excited for you guys to enjoy that one. So that is the end of the 12 zodiacs and the rest of July. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Please let me know if you got value in the comments, how this is playing out for you. Make sure that you've read for your sun, your moon and your rising, mainly your rising and your sun, but you can listen for your moon as well. Yeah, let me know how it's playing out for you in the comments. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future content. Hit the notification bell, and if you did get value from this, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to connect with me on other platforms, I'm going to try and link my social media here. And I will see you in the next one.